Dawg and Corndawg.
Welcome everybody to the Strip Cheese Podcast. I'm your host, the Corndawg, and as always with
Dawg.
And this is the podcast where we tease comic strips and also talk about a bunch of baloney.
That's right. Welcome to Baloneyville. Population U.
I actually have some baloney I want to talk to you about. Up
Sounds
front.
serious.
It is serious. My whole world has been flipped upside down. Up is down, down is up, left is right. Right also is left. Sweet is sour. Sour is sweet.
Sounds yummy.
Everything I know is fucked up.
And I did it.
No, this time, for once, you did not do it. You did not ruin my entire world. But let me tell you this news story, Logan. This is what I heard on the radio driving over here. This is hot off the presses of when we recorded this podcast. You'll never guess what Kid Rock did.
He shot ... What did he shoot?
No.
Okay.
No, that wouldn't turn my world upside down. That'd be like, all right, Kid Rock is still the man I think he is.
He's beefing. Oh, he said something surprising.
He
like
did
not
something surprising. He did
that
something
you wouldn't expect
surprising.
him to do. Not
No.
Chris Rock, but Kid Rock.
Kid Rock. Right. Chris Rock, I don't know. Maybe, but Kid Rock. This is Kid Rock we're talking about.
Kid Rock did a stand-up special. I don't know.
All right.
Oh, he put out
Are
a
you ready?
hip-hop album? I could see that.
No, I mean, he kind of did rap already.
Yeah. I don't know.
So, all right, hold on to your butt cheeks. Chris Rock. You fucked me up.
That's awesome.
Kid Rock was just, I was informed not 15 minutes ago, was just spotted in Nashville, Tennessee, drinking a Bud Light.
Whoa.
I know.
I'm disappointed. I thought it was going to be
What do you
something
mean?
insane.
You mean? I'm disappointed in Kid Rock. My long-standing boycott of Anheuser-Busch.
Bud Light has got to be so cheap in Nashville. No matter how you feel, it's like, oh shit, I'll get it. $1.24 pack of beer. Hell yeah.
You think Kid Rock's thinking about that?
Yeah. How's he making money these days?
By
His new album.
yeah, I don't know, by being Kid Rock. I think doesn't he have like a Kid Rock cruise or something like that, where he takes people out on a boat?
That could be. That's hilarious. I'm a big Weezer fan. I know Weezer has a cruise. It's pretty funny to think about a Kid Rock cruise.
Yeah, I know.
Like
I know.
A bunch of shirtless fat guys.
Yeah, exactly. There's no smoking.
Yeah, there's no non-smoking.
You have to be smoking at all times.
Wow.
Yeah. Spotted in public drinking a Bud Light. He was one of the main protesters. He shot a bunch of Bud Light in protest, and now he's spotted in public drinking a Bud Light. Does nothing mean anything to these fucking celebrities?
I know, yeah. All virtue signaling.
Do they have no convictions whatsoever? They're just totally morally bankrupt.
Yes.
It's all for show.
Yes.
Are you telling me Kid Rock isn't 100% the human being that he portrays in the media, social and
Otherwise,
otherwise.
phrase so.
Well, so what? What is he going to be? Join the Democratic Socialists now? What
who
next?
knows?
What next?
Is he?
Is he going to be in Barbie too?
Is this a big story yet? Like, has he responded yet?
No. This
Or
is.
it just
I just heard a radio DJ on I think KLOS, one of our Dallas's finest rock stations.
That's the cooler rock. It's cooler than K-Rock.
They got a little more
LA.
ed. It's like more classic rock, but still a little more hardcore. That's where you find like the Pantera and the Silverchair.
Classic Silverchair. Well, K-Rock has ruined radio for the whole United States, in my opinion. That's like the model of payola.
That's a bold statement.
Well, they just get paid by the major labels to run all their rock songs. That's it. That's how K-Rock works.
What radio station doesn't work that way?
Maybe KLOS, although who knows. But they seem less like that.
You're right. They do seem less like that.
They seem less restrained. Even when their DJs come on, they're like, I don't know. Yeah, they do seem edgier or something.
There is a little bit more edge, but they're also in the classic territory. Although,
and KCRW rocks, and they don't do that shit.
No, that's.
I mean, they can't legally.
Public
probably.
radio.
Yeah,
public radio's different. They do all types of weird shit. Whereas
they're tastemakers. They find. I was listening to Vampire Weekend way before they became famous. I like Vampire Weekend. I realized as that came out of my mouth that sounded silly, but they're a good band.
Yeah.
They were on KCRW first.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I feel like Kid Rock is now dropped in our eyes. You know, I held him on such a tall pedestal. And now he's fallen off. But thankfully, he's been replaced by the Killers and their beautiful, compassionate speech they made in the country of Georgia. Did you hear about that?
No. But I already know where it might be going.
They're like,
what happened?
Russians, Ukrainians, we're all one, love each other. And everyone in Georgia was like, boo! Like, we need to love the Russians. It was like, boo, fuck you!
Yeah, that's a stupid thing to say in Georgia.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Really tone deaf.
That's funny.
Yeah, and almost as tone deaf as Kid Rock, being spotted drinking the very drink he's not supposed to be drinking right now.
Ah!
What? They didn't have a twisted tea for you, Kid Rock? Was there no Fireball?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the silliest drink. I don't know. It's Bud Light now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to the silly. Oh, you know
no
what?
Smirnoff Ice.
Smirnoff Ice, I feel like could make a comeback because there's a lot of drinks that are coming out now. There's like a hard Jarritos that is out now. Do you know that?
What's Jarrito? Oh, it's Mineragua's brand, right?
Yeah. They got the tamarind soda, the mandarin, the lime, pineapple, piña, lemon, tamarindo.
I used to love sweet girly drinks like that, and now they kind of gross me out. Maybe because I overdosed on sugar over becoming an adult, and I'm just like, ugh.
What
I don't
about
drink something that sweet at all?
What about a White Claw? Or like a...
Well, that's kind of watery. That's...
Yeah.
I can do that. I can do White Claw.
Yeah, I want to try the hard Jarritos. Jarritos. But I don't love... It's one of those ones that's made with malt liquor. Like White Claw's the same. Now they're just canning straight up tequila and vodka. They don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
Which is like good. Thank God. Why are they making us drink malt liquor?
Yeah, just save some money. Save our,
bodies.
Brain cells. I don't know.
Yeah.
Seems like I get a headache after malt liquor, but not after
that just
vodka.
means you got to keep drinking more malt liquor. But they have what's the other one? Simply Lemonade, I think. They make hard Simply Lemonades. There's all types of shit hitting the market right now, like all types of recognized brands. I'm sure they're going to start making hard Squeeze-Its.
Now I could go for that.
Remember, do they still make Squeeze-Its? I don't think so.
No, but because I think that was its own brand, but now Kool-Aid Squeeze-Ems or something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
They're kind of the same thing. They're pretty good. I bought some a while
Kool-Aid
ago.
rocks. Kool-Aid's so good.
Yeah.
Oh. Kind of a hesitant.
The pre-mixed Squeeze-It ones are awesome. The powder, I don't know. You kind of got to get it just right, meaning you don't follow the instructions. You add more sugar than the instructions tell you.
Yes. That makes it just right. Adding a pound more sugar than you're supposed to. Yeah. But just the brand in general just makes you happy thinking of the Kool-Aid Man and that logo and stuff.
Yeah, it's got vitamin C in it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like
it's a supplement.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my big news for today. I've just been rocked. I had to pull over on the side of the 5 freeway when I heard that news on the radio about Kid Rock.
But you're the big Bud Light guy now. You went to that bar. I forgot what city you said.
Oh, in Los Alamos?
Yeah, and you were drinking Bud Light, and defying
they were making fun of me. Yeah, it's the Los Alamos, for those of you who don't know, it's by Santa Barbara area, and it's a little bit it's close to the coast, not on the coast. It's a cool area. And I went there for a wedding and this really cool bar, Depot Bar, I think it was called. And it was a great bar, great bartenders, everything. We made friends every time we were in there. But you go in there like during the day and they'd have like, there'd be like old cowboy rancher people in there, because there's like properties that people are caretakers of there that are like, one night, I think after the rehearsal dinner, we were like in the bar and people are just locals are walking around this bar and like smoking joints inside. It was anarchy. Motorcycles inside. No, the motorcycles are outside.
On the bar.
yeah.
Popping wheelies on top of the bar.
The motorcycles are outside, but all these locals are walking around this bar, and then you talk to a guy. He's like, oh yeah, I got my property over there. I'm like, oh yeah, how what's the size of your property? How big is it? And you go 40,000 acres. He's like, what? 40? Isn't that all of California? Like,
yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about? And so a lot of these people, their jobs was just to like be caretakers for these properties, just drive around on 4-wheelers or ride horses or whatever the fuck. So they're like country cowboy motherfuckers, like go to like a barn house and sleep on a bedroll at night and shit like that.
Damn.
Yeah. So it was interesting talking to these people, and they.
How many of them are trans?
Well, I don't know, but they were passing no matter what they identified as, and I respected their identity. And I didn't want to inquire further as to what they might have been at birth. That's not my thing, I just respect everyone, see them where they're at. But that's just me. I don't say, all right, well, were you born? It's like kind of saying like,
I'm more respectful because I ask everyone's pronouns when I meet them.
Oh, nice.
But we can't all be, as enlightened.
Right. Right. What are your pronouns and what are your amateur nouns or con nouns?
Oh God.
I don't have pronouns, only con nouns. They're fat and stupid.
Dude, growing up from 1st to 12th grade, we learned what pronouns were every year. It started pissing me off. And 1 year in college, one semester, I took English again, and we learned what verbs and adverbs. And every time there were people still not getting it. And I was like, how stupid are people?
Yeah.
But we finally get it now. We finally at least know pronouns.
I don't know, because people are like, I fucking hate pronouns. Don't you dare use a pronoun around me. It's like, all right, try and talk without using a single pronoun, genius.
Yeah.
It's not, but whatever. It's just such a sensitive topic these days. I will call you whatever you want if you think it makes you more comfortable. So anyway, this cowboy I was talking to.
What did he say?
They were making fun of me for drinking Bud Light. They were Bud Light, haha. Because when you're at like a shitty, actually the bar was great, but like a
dive.
Yeah, kind of dive, but like a locals, old haunt for some locals, you know. It's kind of for me. I like in those like small town bars. It's like, all right, to feel at home there, it feels right to do a shot of Jameson and drink a beer. It's like a shot of whiskey and a beer. I guess Jack would probably be better, but whatever. I'm a little too fancy.
Yeah, that's whiskey.
So, and I don't even really drink whiskey other than that. I don't really like whiskey that much. I'm not a whiskey and cigar guy like Ben Shapiro, I'm sure is.
Ben Shapiro
or whatever, any of those Steven Crowder or whatever those man's man, Andrew Tate. Anyway, I'm just listing off heroes. Man.
The cigar scene has really fallen off.
Yeah.
It used to be cool older guys with beards and like wisdom. Now you're naming all these like what?
Yeah. Well, that's where we're at now with cigars. They've
vloggers is what you're naming. Like
yes. Yes.
Like internet people. Anyway.
Right-wing social media personalities. That's where cigars have gone. I don't know who is the president of marketing for the Cigars Commission, but they're doing a bad job. They need to diversify.
Yeah.
And make a liberal cigar. Maybe a rainbow cigar.
Yeah. It's not a bad idea.
I'd smoke a rainbow cigar.
You look like a rainbow cigar right now.
Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, they started making fun of me for drinking this Bud Light. Oh, look who ordered the Bud Light. All right. Well, don't sit too close to me. I don't want to get kissed or whatever, shit like that. And they're like, no, I don't care about the politics. That's how you know they're going to say some fucked up shit, right?
Yeah.
I don't care about the politics. I just don't think Bud Light, I heard Bud Light, they just said, well, we don't give a shit about our old customers. We just want the gay ones. And that's not cool with me, man. It's like, why would Bud Light ever say that? Why would Anheuser-Busch ever come out and say that? It's like, I saw it on the news. Like, all right. So they all gave me a good razz.
Oh, that chick, the lead marketer, was like, oh, Bud Light's old and tired. They have this shitty frat energy. That's probably what he was talking about.
Oh,
and he's like, I like that stuff.
Yeah, maybe. So anyway,
but it's all. This all is such bullshit. Who gives a fuck about any of it? Like, because it's all marketing. This is not real culture. This is not a real culture war. Or maybe it is. But marketing seems so like, it's not art. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well.
Maybe it is art.
I mean, I think to the people who's pissed off at it, it's about as close to art as they see.
What about Kid Rock?
Oh, right. That and Kid Rock. Well, they're not going to see Kid Rock anymore. He's not part of the boycott anymore.
No, he's part of the boy lot. I don't know. The boy liking. Anyway, back to funny things.
And so anyway, they made fun of me, and I finished my girlfriend drank a Coors Light. Before they even made fun of me, she ordered a Coors Light. And they all made fun of me, and then I ordered a Coors Light after that. I backed down. Spineless.
That is disappointing, Cornell.
Well, I wanted to taste it compared to a Bud Light.
Oh, okay, sure.
I wanted to taste a straight beer for once.
They're exactly the same almost. Miller's, I mean, they're all kind of just watery beers, but in my opinion, Miller's the best out of those three. And it always has been.
I don't know. I used to agree with you, and then I drank Coors Light out of a bottle, and I knew my pronouns after that. Finished that one. They
Rocky Mountain High.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. My pronouns were Adolf Coors.
Oh shit! Is that the guy's name? That's horrible.
Yes. But I think he made Coors Light before Adolf Hitler was around.
Well, it's just his name, but that is the worst name ever. Now.
Yeah, it's kind of banned throughout the world, huh?
Sort of, but did you know Adidas, the founder's name was Adolf? Addy?
Oh, really? They also
And he was a Nazi supporter.
Yeah, they also supported the Nazis too. Yeah. So, but hey, so did America after the war. So who cares?
Before the war, we did the Hindenburg was like a big event. We were like, the Hindenburg blimp.
Yeah.
It had Nazi flags. It was like a German ship that was in New York City or something like that.
Oh.
I don't know the whole thing actually.
Yeah.
But I know that it was a German ship and it was some joint thing with America, and I think it crashed in America. And it had Nazi flags all over it.
Wow.
But that was before the war.
That was before the war.
Yeah, that was just like Germany. Oh, that's just their flag now.
Yeah. In still in the 30s or something.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you learned something new or really
Half
old.
learned. Yeah.
Half learned some. But we've established on this podcast that I'm going to take that fact and run with it now. You've just given me a fact to go tell the whole world about. Everyone I talk to, blah, 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 Hindenburg, Nazi flags, New York. And everyone's going to go, oh, yeah? Well, wait. So who said that was okay? Who in America brought it up? I go, I don't know. That's all I got. So you're bringing that on the world. And, God, I felt like I was going to say something else about Kid Rock. I love his music. There we go. That was it.
I never liked him that much. But anyway, that's not very exciting take.
I thought of a joke the other day. Can I debut it here?
Yeah.
Tell me what you think.
Please do.
I was going to say yeah, I'm a dad, and as a dad, I love my kid. And whenever I tell people that, they go, oh, really? Wow, it's so sweet to hear that you love your daughter. And I go, my daughter? No, that's just what I call Kid Rock. My kid. Go, I'm going to throw on my kid for a while and rock out.
I think that would get a laugh, but not for me, I guess.
Yeah, well, judging by reading comic strips to you, you're the hardest audience in the world. Yeah. That was a standing ovation for anybody else.
Smile.
I'm sure everyone watching it at home, it's standing up and clapping and jumping up and down. Passing out like when Michael Jackson would do a show.
It's just the whole world like the Truman Show. Everyone's cheering for you now.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to my life. If there was one...
Oh, no. Yes.
I was trying to think if there was one thing that you could see, one act, alive or dead, that you could see live that would make you possibly pass out from excitement. Who do you think that would be? Or what do you think that would be?
Oh, man, that's a really tough one. I wish you gave me that question ahead of time. To quote George W.
Like,
do you have one?
What if you saw...
Who's the escape artist?
Are you talking about...
That magician.
Yeah, David Blaine?
No, like from the 20s or
Houdini.
something. Houdini. That's the one that popped in my head as you were asking the question. But I guess I don't know that many historical people. I'm a huge... But that show was all fake. I love Gary Shandling, and I loved that show he did.
Larry Sanders Show?
The Larry Sanders Show.
Yeah, but it wouldn't make you faint.
No, and how do you... That's not even a show. I don't know.
I don't understand being so excited you faint. I mean, I guess so. All right, I was just thinking about...
Yeah, it's hard for me. I
don't think I could
the
do
life
it.
we've lived, we can't watch any show. We'll be like, oh, that's interesting. We would be analyzing it.
Right, absolutely. I wanted to talk about this too. This is really interesting to me.
Hey, is that the Maurice Ina?
No.
Oh.
Wait, I gotta call this guy back really quick. Sorry. Let me call him back. Okay. All right. We're back. Sorry, I got a phone call I had to make. I don't know if I even needed to say that. So you can just cut that part out too. If I didn't need to, no one even knows that we cut it at all because this transition is going to be so smooth.
Okay.
What I did want to talk to you about, Logan, that we were just talking about, we were talking about something else a second ago, and I wanted to change the subject.
Right.
Well, it was making me think we were talking about fainting from someone being so excited to see something. And the only time I can think of that happening, probably recently, again, the only type of excitement that could rival it that I'm thinking about right now is like the way people are excited about Taylor Swift right now. Have you noticed this at all?
Yeah, I mean, Michael Jackson had a similar thing.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like the only thing I like that Michael Jackson
it would have
thing,
to be it's usually a musician or some kind of musical act.
But it's so interesting now because Taylor Swift has always had her super hardcore loyal fans to the point where you can't even shit on her on a podcast
right,
without people going off on her. And I got nothing against her.
Good. Because I'm a Swiftie. I don't know what they're called. That's probably not
that's what they're called.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
No, you just nailed it on the head. But she was always doing fine with her loyal fan base. She was big. She was, at all the Grammy Awards and whatever bullshit. We're like at the top of the pop. But she has transcended that now. All of a sudden, where she's been touring for so long, this new Eras tour, people are coming out of the woodwork to go and see her now. Like all these friends of ours, you look at their Instagrams and they're going to see Taylor now. Whereas like, wait, do you guys like Taylor this much before? Like when did this all happen? All of a sudden everyone's obsessed with Taylor Swift like they've always loved her.
I think the same thing happened to Beyonce before Taylor Swift. I see it happen a lot. And I think it's about sticking around as a big mainstream musical act. If you stick around long enough, your crowds will become so big that all of your concerts are a big party and everybody wants to go. Even if you haven't written their favorite songs, it's like, they're upbeat. It's upbeat music.
Right. Yeah, I
think that's what it is. Because I'm a big Weezer fan, like I think I already mentioned, which is sad. It sucks how much I talk about that. But anyway.
It's fine.
But
be yourself,
they get hate. And a lot of people say like, since their first album or maybe their first two albums, they've sucked. But they've stuck it out for so many years and they've toured year after year that now it's just a phenomenon. I think if you're a band, that's a lesson for musicians out there. I mean, if you ever get signed, just don't stop and you'll build up huge fan bases.
But that's like Weezer compared to Taylor Swift.
They're nothing compared to her, yeah.
Right. Exactly.
But that's like, she is pop. And they're pop too, but it's like there's a little niche genre of alternative rock and roll.
Right. Yeah, I think.
But her, Michael Jackson, Beyonce, I'm trying to think. Who?
The Beatles. The Beatles.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much the Beatles.
People were passing out at their shows, for sure.
Yeah. Although they're rock.
And
that kind of ruins my whole point. But I guess back then, rock was the new
and they
genre.
Started out poppy rock.
That's
too.
True. Hold my hand.
Yeah, exactly. But I think Taylor's just like at a perfect time with like the success of the Barbie movie and everyone having so much fun dressing up and going out to the Barbie movie with friends. That kind of put the idea
femininity
of like
is in.
Femininity is in. I mean, hell, we even got Chris.
The kid, you got your kid.
I got my kid drinking Bud Lights. That's how much femininity is in. The pendulum is swung towards women. And, also Beyonce's not touring. Britney's gone down the rabbit hole of being free. She should have never been freed. Conservatorship. We need to put all women on conservatorships because look at what happens to them when they're free. No, poor Britney. I'm glad she's free. And yeah, whatever.
I haven't been following it, except ironically, one of our friends is involved in that whole thing from the beginning, and I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
but that's all my info is from that. I don't even follow the news. Although people are making fun of her.
Well, she's just putting out weird Instagram videos and stuff of like sexy dancing, kind of showing up naked in some posts and stuff like that. And she just looks like she's on drugs. She looks bad. She's From the videos I've seen, it's like, oh, whoa, you're on some sort of stimulant, it would seem. Which, not like Whitney Houston didn't do it.
Well, yeah, I'm just thinking to myself, like, I couldn't care less. I mean, it's on her for putting it in public. But why does anyone care? Why does anyone follow that shit? Do you like her music? Then listen to her music. I don't know. Going back to Weezer for a third time.
Oh,
I don't know anything.
You like Weezer?
I don't know anything about Rivers Cuomo's personal life. I don't know his wife's name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's constantly posting online. But that shit, social media to me is so dead to me. And I think everyone should fucking cancel social media, goddammit.
But
if you're going to cancel anything.
I would if there was still a way to support Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. And the best way to support them is by supporting their platforms. And the Chinese spies, don't forget TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
How else are they going to get information about the ways my eyes move in reaction to certain content? Can I do that myself? I don't think so. Look at my eyes in a mirror and take notes and mail it to China?
We were just talking about property earlier, and I bought a huge piece of property in the metaverse. And, it's way down now, but it'll increase in value.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Absolutely. Well, now's the time to probably buy more since it's so far down.
I'm working on it.
Yeah. Yeah, metaverse.
Next to Snoop Dogg's house. He's always there.
Yeah, he's always in the metaverse.
Yeah.
I guarantee you he has no idea how to get into there.
No, they paid him like $1 million to buy property, and then, okay, I'm going to go spend my money now and live my awesome life as Snoop Dogg.
I completely forgot about the metaverse. That was
so
even
did
a
everyone
thing.
else.
Is it you have to have the VR to get in there?
Yeah, Meta or Zuckerberg spent I don't remember the number, but it seemed like it was tens of billions of dollars on the metaverse. And then like as recently as last summer, like they showed like pictures from it, and it looked worse than like the Nintendo Wii.
Yes.
And it was just like, where did all that money go? Now, I followed up on that story, and I found out, I guess all that money was going into the hardware, which makes sense. But the metaverse itself is like shittier than any video game you've ever seen.
Right.
It's like, why would anyone do that?
Right. Wow. Tens of billions of dollars. He only has 100 and more.
Hundreds more, yeah.
Hundreds more. Anyway, Taylor, God bless her. She has taken over the over 30 market. I don't think that they were as strongly behind her as they all now are for whatever reason. But swarms of women who are, in their 30s, 10 years older than me, are rolling out to go see Taylor's concerts now, which is interesting. And she's all over the radio. I found a pop station to listen to with my daughter while I drive her to school because she's getting sick of Sweet Home Alabama and fucking Smooth Criminal and the shit. And it is just Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift, Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo once. Calm down, calm down. Calm down. The Rema song with Selena Gomez. It's just those songs over and over and over. And then any song from the Barbie soundtrack, which is good. I'm into that.
I listen to Zero Radio now for years.
Yeah, I would too, except for my Bluetooth broke on my Prius. And so... So I listened to CDs for a little while, but I did not keep that great of CDs. I kept like a bunch of weird mix CDs I made in high school that were like just bad. There's like one song that's pretty good, and then it's like a quick little skit from Space Ghost, Coast to Coast or something like that. And then another song, and then like Peter from Family Guy saying a funny line. It's like, why? Why did I think this was cool?
I did that shit too, yeah. To impress your friends.
Right. But like my friends who I agree with on music were different than my friends who I watch Space Ghost Coast to Coast with, or Family Guy with. So I guess I was just trying to merge the two worlds into one, and it did not stand the test of time. I'm sure I enjoyed it in high school, but nowadays, I don't want to listen to Brack singing a song.
Oh, God. Well, for those of you who don't know, Brack was a cartoon character that had the worst voice ever. Yeah. I can't imagine him singing a song.
Yeah. Yeah, so now it's just I've been listening to the radio, and I feel like the radio's rotations have gotten smaller, but maybe I just never listened to the radio this much.
It's unbearable. It's really bad. And the rock stations like K-Rock will play things that you heard 20 years ago when you were listening to those stations. It's like, wouldn't that be classic rock by now? How can you not have that many songs? Yeah. There's so many bands out there.
K-Rock
play none of their
got
songs.
Stuck, I feel like, because the type of music that K-Rock was playing was the System of a Down, POD, Pennywise, like the punk rock Pennywise and stuff, maybe some Rage Against the Machine and No Doubt and stuff like that. And then all that music just kind of dried up and disappeared, and it's still not quite classic rock yet, but it's like K-Rock kind of lost their identity to EDM.
As a rock aficionado, hearing you say that disappoints me so deeply because there's a lot of signed bands. Maybe they're signed to indie labels. Maybe that's the difference. But you got the Chats, you got the Viagra Boys, you've got...
Yeah, they're signed to indie labels, yeah.
Emil and the Sniffers, and so many good bands.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to think of them all.
I know. There are a lot of good bands
but
out
holy
there.
Shit, like excellent. Like as good as the ones... I mean, better in my opinion, maybe because I've heard those same fucking payola songs over and over.
Yeah,
but like these new bands are excellent.
They are good, but it's
and I guess the Viagra Boys get play time, but the other ones don't.
It's a different kind of subgenre than what K-Rock was doing. I feel like.
Well, it's rock.
Yes, it is rock. Right. I mean, so is. Steely Dan or something could be considered rock, but they're not going to play that on K-Rock. So, I don't know. I feel like their whole identity was kind of taken away once that music fell out of favor. It was like the type of music that people who have their ears gauged listen to. That was like the radio station for them. New
metal.
Yeah, right. Which never died in the Midwest Midwest still loves their new metal and Disturbed and shit like that.
The foreman at the art shop I work at sometimes, he has some good taste in music, but unfortunately he also likes new metal, and it's the worst. When he puts one of those playlists on, it's like bad song after bad song.
Yeah.
Like really bad. Like POD, like you're saying. Exactly that type of shit.
A POD anti-abortion anthem. You know,
dude, I mean, even the sound of those bands I don't like.
Yeah.
Even though I bought POD when I was a kid because I was a hardcore Christian, I guess.
Well, they were Christian and they're definitely hardcore.
Oh, God. I remember interview with the guys from POD, and they're like, yeah, man, you know, at some rock shows, it's like the fans think they're cool, like throwing up the middle finger, man. It's just like, you know what? That's not cool. I was just like, you're the corniest motherfucker. Like, that's what you want to talk about?
That's like, and fucking, meanwhile, Ozzy Osbourne snorting ants. And
yeah, exactly.
On stage. Oh my God. It's so funny that those are two people in the same genre of music.
Yeah, I guess metal.
And they got.
I never liked Ozzy that much either.
Whoa.
Sorry, I'm a big metal guy too.
You don't like
metal.
Black Sabbath?
Well, didn't Rodney James Dio do some?
He did after
stuff?
Ozzy left.
Yeah, I don't like Ozzy's voice. And Crazy Trains has a good riff in it, but it's kind of a stupid song. It has a good like chorus.
Yeah.
But then, I don't know.
Well,
I never liked Ozzy.
I
like it. He's fine, but his music I don't like.
I love Black Sabbath. I watched.
Really?
Yeah, I watched a documentary about them making War Pigs, their album. And
I do like that song. Anyway, War Pigs, but go ahead.
Yeah. And so what they would do is, here's the way they would write songs. The bassist would come up with the bass line and kind of the rest of the music for it. The other instruments would kind of come in and they'd figure out how to all play it. Sound really good. Ozzy was never there because he is being Ozzy Osbourne.
Right.
And then they'd go play a show and just all of a sudden start playing a new song Ozzy had never heard before. And he would just start kind of like mumbling along to it. Like, and then as they played it more and more, he would kind of figure out the lyrics. And that's the way he worked best.
Oh, weird.
And that's how they wrote every single Black Sabbath song.
That's interesting.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't know if every song.
I don't know, Logan.
Sorry.
I didn't look through
I hear
every
things
single
like that,
song.
and I'm just like,
For that album, it seemed like it. Because how are you going to get, at that time, how are you going to get Ozzy Osbourne to sit down and write down lyrics or listen to stuff and figure things out? You know?
He puts on his reading glasses and...
The guy was a fucking maniac.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And he was a showman. But I was never into it.
I think, yeah, it's pretty cool how some people can make, that lifestyle work out really well for them.
By the way, folks, if you're metalheads out there, check out Night Demon. They fucking rock. And I've never heard them on the radio once.
Night Demon,
and it seems like they have 4 or 5 or more albums out. Like, they've been making music. They're like Korn. When Korn got famous, they already had like 10 albums out, but it's like they're really good. Night Demon.
Were you ever into Korn?
Yeah.
Same.
I mean, it's
same.
Seems silly now, and I remember the kids who wrote Korn on their backpack. I don't really know why that was always written on a backpack.
Because the R was backwards. Duh.
Oh, cool. But they were good. I liked them.
I like Korn too. Bakersfield, some of Bakersfield's finest.
Oh yeah, I forgot they were from Bakersfield.
Yeah, I like Korn. I think I tried to listen to an album the other day and didn't like it as much as I remembered.
Yeah, I never bought an album, so I know all their hits. Each one of their hits were good in my opinion. It was like a shining light on the radio. Because the radio sucked back then too.
Oh yeah, radio's always sucked. Now I'm pretty much a K-Earth 101 guy. And so I'm listening to thunder always happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. You know that song? Fleetwood Mac?
Oh, kind of. I don't know. Sorry.
Don't you remember that viral video of I think his name was like Dogface or whatever, the guy skateboarding and drinking the Cran Raz and singing along to that song?
No?
Oh,
I'm not cool at all.
It was a viral video from like 2020. Get with it.
I'm too busy listening to Psy and watching Psy music videos.
I know you're a Psy man. Oppenheimer style.
I'm a Psy man. Skip it, boop, bottom, pop.
Oh, should I do my facts? Let's do my facts.
You should.
Okay, facts.
While you're looking that up, did you listen to the last episode? I heard my thing clicking on the episode.
Really? You're paranoid, man.
Well, I mean, that's there in the waveform. That's like proof, but okay.
No, I believe you.
But hopefully, yeah, I mean, maybe I noticed it more than a person would notice it, but it's there.
If you are watching or listening and you are annoyed by Logan's clicking, then please pay for him to have jaw surgery. Get a full jaw replacement.
That lady I told you who the doctor openly said, I'm not familiar with TMJ, basically got me like a consultation with some surgeon or something. And it's like, I just need an x-ray. I need to like even see.
Yeah.
I need to go right to surgery.
Maybe they would do the x-ray.
Anyway.
She's like, I'm familiar with MJ, but not TMJ. I'm familiar with TMI, but not TMJ.
She kept saying that, like, TMI. I was just like, I'm trying to tell you my medical problems. She's like, I don't want to hear that. What do you want? She's just like, I'm taking your prescription order. No.
That'd be amazing. All right. So every week we've started a tradition where I read the Ripley's Believe It or Not comic strip. It's got 3 quick facts. And then Logan usually asks me follow-up questions, which I can't answer because I'm just reading it out of a comic strip. They all have little cartoons next to them too, so it is technically a comic strip, but they're fun little bite-sized nuggets of information for us to discuss. So, this Ripley's Believe It or Not. The first fact, whatever, I think.
Oh, okay.
But the other 2 are good. Stephen King threw away the first few pages of Carrie. If not for King's wife helping and encouraging him to finish the story, the book would have never been completed, let alone sell over 1 million copies in its first year.
Whoa!
That part was bold with an exclamation point at the end.
Oh, that's cool. You know, George Lucas's wife edited Star Wars, and based on the stories I hear, she saved it, and she made it into a good movie.
That's what a good woman will do for you. Get in that editing bay and fix your fucked up movie.
Pretty much. And then he left her and waited until their divorce terms were over to start the prequels, because out of spite. But yeah.
Yeah, you know, I just watched the Indiana Jones, the first 3 Indiana Jones.
The shitty ones.
Yes, not Crystal Skull or whatever.
But the 2 good ones.
The new one's good. I liked the new one.
I haven't seen it, so I can't speak. I heard it was bad, but... Well, I guess I just heard it was bad.
It was fun. But, I mean, I'm also...
I heard one guy... No, I heard it... Okay, I've heard mixed.
I mean, you do have to kind of take it with a grain of salt because I saw it with my daughter, and so as long as I'm kind of enjoying it and she's kind of enjoying it, it's like a different level of critique. If I was just there alone, be like, I probably hate most movies, but when you see a movie with your kid, it makes it a little bit more fun, even if it's not that great.
As long as it keeps moving, it's not
boring.
boring.
It keeps you entertained. Because I didn't care to see it at all. But it was fun. I had a good time.
Oh, good.
The weird parts were when they digitally altered his face at the beginning to make him look younger. That looked creepy as shit. We're not good enough at doing that yet.
Yeah, I saw some clips where his voice wasn't changed clearly, but his
Yeah.
it's like, so you got some stuff.
Yeah.
Somebody else's stuff. But it's like a young guy saying it.
Yeah, exactly. And then like the fast movements of the head, it just looked so. That's when it like would glitch out a little bit. It felt like, just looks fucking weird and creepy. I did not like that. Movie is good, but I did watch anyway. I did watch the prequels, the first 3 Indiana Jones, and the Crystal Skull prequels, as I call them, and the first one, the woman's a certified babe in it. She's awesome. She's a great character. She's fun. She's gritty. She's like kind of going on the adventure with Indy. Second one, she is the worst. That woman is the worst. I hate her.
Yeah.
You know, she's dumb. She's like, just like hysterical all the time. Just a stupid fucking woman. It's how she's written to be.
Yeah.
No fault to the actress. That's how she was supposed to be. And
then Spielberg married her. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, because I was complaining about it to our friend Paul, and he's like, yeah, well, George Lucas and Steven Spielberg were both going through divorces when they were making that movie. So they have since admitted that character, they made her super stupid because they were pissed at their ex-wives.
Oh, interesting. I knew George Lucas was going through hell. But I didn't know both of them were.
I don't know.
Interesting, though.
My friend said. And then Steven Spielberg married. He fell in love with the woman he tried to make dumb and hysterical in his movie. That's amazing. So anyway, those guys are great guys and probably really supportive lovers and husbands.
Right.
But I think I made all the points.
And then the third. I don't remember the woman in the third one. Or was it just him and his dad?
The third one, the woman's a Nazi, kind of. It's like a push and pull. She's kind of working for the Nazis, but for science. It's kind of a weird line. She's kind of with Indy or not.
Right. It was mostly about him and his dad.
She slept with him and his dad. That was weird, I thought.
I guess I barely remember that one. The Last Crusade.
Last Crusade. It's a good one.
I just remember the end where they are in the actual like place where the Holy Grail is.
Yeah. So you don't remember. Oh, that's right. She dies.
I guess.
You don't remember the scene where her and Sean Connery have sex. You see actual penetration.
Oh shit! Maybe have I not seen that movie?
No, they don't. You need to see the extended director's cut.
Where they're just fucking.
Because Sean Connery's extended, and he's definitely cut.
Hello.
Okay. Well, we didn't say anything about Carrie. Fine movie. Never cared for it that much. Not that scary.
Right. It's not something that's going to happen.
Should have left it in the trash, Steven. All right. Fact number 2. Josephine Michaluk, an 80-year-old Alberta woman, began donating blood at age 22 in 1965. Presently, she has donated a total of 203 units of blood. They say they have a rough equivalent of what 203 units of blood is. How much do you think that is?
4 entire bodies worth of blood.
It says roughly equivalent to a pint.
I thought you gave a pint away every time you gave blood away.
A pint is nothing.
Yeah.
That has to be a misprint, right?
Yeah.
She's been donating blood at the age 22 in 1965. She's donating over 203 units, which is equivalent to a pint.
Maybe a unit is a pint. Maybe that's what it means.
Because
I think it was.
Oh, 203 pints. That sounds like a fun Friday afternoon. Am I right, Logan?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. A unit of blood is a pint. Let's see.
204, you say?
How much is a unit of blood? And are they for sale? One unit is 500 milliliters.
Yeah, a pint.
So, yeah, she's got 200. Yeah, it's 473 milliliters is a pint. So she's donated 203 pints. A little bit over that, a pint of blood.
Damn. Good for her, I guess. I hope she got paid well.
But the problem is she started at 22 and now she's 80. The problem is she got AIDS 21.
Right.
That's insensitive, and I apologize. To Alberta, or was that her name? To whatever her name is, and to anyone else who's listening. Josephine.
Close.
All right, last fact. This is a good one. If a zombie outbreak were to occur in 2020, a 2023 report shows Mill Creek Mall in Erie, Pennsylvania is the best mall for survival odds.
Cool. Too bad we're can't get there.
Would you want to be in a mall for a zombie apocalypse?
Yeah, isn't that Dawn of the Dead or something?
Yeah.
But an empty mall, yeah, that's perfect. And I would, around here, Beverly Center. Because they're mostly outdoor malls, but Beverly Center's indoors.
Yeah, but it seems like there'd be a lot of people at that. Beverly Center's pretty popular.
If
I go to like the Burbank Mall.
If the outbreak happens after it's closed and there's no one in there and stuff.
Gotcha. All right. Good caveat.
Because that's how Dawn of the Dead worked, right?
Yeah. Or like, what's a huge mall? Santa Anita Mall.
Never been.
And it's primarily, it's right by the racetrack. It's huge. It's a nice mall. Where would you go first in the mall?
Pet store and free all the animals.
Wow, that's so sweet of you.
And eat them.
Yeah, better than the food court food, right?
Right. There's food right there.
No, I'll eat a hamster over Sbarro's any day. What food at a mall food court do you think you could eat the longest without getting tired of it? Now, that's a good question.
I get food court food's gross. I don't know.
Hot dog on a stick. I could probably eat hot dog on a stick I could eat a corn dog. And the good part about eating corn dogs is that they say a hot dog takes 7 minutes off your life every hot dog you eat. Have you heard that?
No.
So you're also killing yourself, so you can take yourself out via corn dog instead of letting the zombies get you.
Smart.
Thank you.
I'd go to the Asian place and eat the rice and I guess all that stuff.
Panda
whatever.
Express? You go to Panda Express?
Yeah, that's the thing though, is Panda Express, last time I ate it, made me throw up.
Whoa.
So I can't look at Panda Express.
Wow.
I still like Asian food.
Wow. I would still eat Panda Express if I threw up from it.
Oh, I don't know, man. It was like this nutty chicken thing. Maybe it had peanut sauce on it or something. So it had a strong taste.
Yeah.
And it made me throw up and I could taste it coming back up.
Oh,
I can never smell or eat that again.
Wow. Panda Express, you got to make it up to them. You know what I saw Panda Express has? They were making burritos, Panda Express burritos. So you get like chow mein, fried rice in a burrito with like orange chicken and broccoli beef. That's what I usually do. Orange chicken, broccoli beef is a standard.
Oh, both.
Combo.
That does sound actually kind of good, but sorry, I'm not going. Not going to Panda Express.
How much Chipotle do you think you could eat?
If Chipotle was there, that's what I could never get sick of. I love Chipotle. And I know
Chipotle too.
I know. I guess South Park had a whole episode about how horrible it is, and I guess there was some news story about it gave someone diarrhea, but I eat
That's not a news story.
bloody diarrhea? I don't know. But I ate the chicken, and the chickens never gave me any issues.
It's a news story that Chipotle gave someone diarrhea. Breaking news!
Yeah, no,
Sorry
like-
to disrupt your program.
Or maybe that it had some bacteria in it that caused diarrhea or something, because that was the whole premise of the South Park thing. That's where that joke came from.
Oh, right. I think like there's like E. coli in the rice or something like that.
Right.
Which what doesn't? Someone shit in the rice once and then distributed it to Chipotle's nationwide. Don't blame Chipotle for one man's actions. Or woman. Or whatever that person who shat in the rice identifies as. We respect them as a person.
Whoever Z is.
Yes, exactly.
Whoever they are.
Should we do comics now?
Yes, we should.
Great. I'm ready this week. If you are unaware of what comics are going head to head, this is the third battle between Ziggy and
Andy
Capp. So I think you went first last time. This could be a tiebreaker. We'll see. I guess I should go first this time, right?
Yeah, if I went first.
So I'm doing Ziggy. And I like Ziggy because it's so short and sweet. So, Ziggy is on the phone, holding up a menu at night. The menu is for the Pizza Palace menu, it says on it. And then there's a little mouse hole, and the mouse is poking out his head out of the hole and says, "Hey, see if they have that cheese stuffed crust."
That's funny. Sorry, dude.
Thank you.
Cordo gets really hurt when I don't bust out laughing. But that's cute. I like that. Stop making that face. I'm not going to fake laugh.
I'm fine. Just read your fucking comic.
Now, here's the very hilarious Andy Capp. Oh, boy. He's getting in all kinds of adventures because he's a drunk. And we all love that. I wonder if he's got kids. Anyway.
Oh, no, he doesn't. Maybe.
He's been brought in by a Bobby into the Bobby station.
Not the Bobby
Police station, as we would call it here in the States.
They don't say Bobby station, do they?
No. I don't know, but I don't think so. It sounded funny. But the guy bringing him in has the Bobby hat, which is funny looking. But the guy talking to him on the other side of Andy Capp, he's got like a more serious hat. He's got a blue thing. Higher rank. He's the sergeant. What's the info now, officer? Resisting arrest, Sarge. I wasn't resisting arrest. You were struggling like crazy. That's because I thought he was taking me home to face Flo.
You kind of flubbed the reading, but pretty good.
Oh, you laughed.
Yeah, I would rather go to jail than meet Flo too. She really beats the shit out of him with that rolling pin.
She does, and just to add to the thing, he's clearly drunk because his nose is all red, which it usually isn't.
They need couples therapy, or they should just divorce.
Yes, agreed.
That would be fun to explore. Divorced Andy Capp and divorced Flo. That would be a fun comic strip.
Yeah. I mean, they already got the quips. They're already making fun of each other constantly.
Right.
It's kind of what divorced people do best, right?
Right. Flo can do online dating.
You sound like my wife.
Yeah.
Actually, Sean does that, and he's still married. I was watching like him interview some celebrity on his podcast the other day, and he was like, he was on Dr. Phil.
Oh, right.
Did you see that?
Yes.
And Dr. Phil's like, well, gambling's bad for, blah, blah, blah. And Sean's just like, Dr. Phil, you sound like my wife. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. He's fucking good, dude. Check out the Sports Gambling Podcast with Sean Green. But anyway, who won?
Who won? What do you think?
I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. What do you think? Well, actually, I think you won. I like Ziggy better.
All right.
We always disagree. I can tell you disagree.
No, Ziggy's good.
No, that's better. This is a one-note thing. He's complaining about his wife again.
Yeah, but I do like your accents. But
right.
the Ziggy won. The mouse was funny. The mouse brought it home for me this week. So tune in next week. Dawg will bring a brand new comic strip. The long wait is over. No more. The battle supreme of Ziggy versus Andy Capp. The beginning of the alphabet and the end of the alphabet is over.
Whoa, yeah. The end wins. Ziggy is the champion.
That's right. Yeah, so tune in next week to find out if Ziggy can continue his reign. But until then, keep listening.
Keep laughing.
And
keep stripping. Thank you for liking and subscribing and commenting, all that jazz. And please subscribe to our Patreon to support us. It's patreon.com/stripteasepodcast.